Marjorie Taylor Greene, God's answer to what if I put slightly too much Neanderthal into one human being, is having the worst day she's had probably since Trump took office. First, she spent her morning getting roasted online for posting this heap of flaming garbage. I strongly support Derek Chauvin getting pardoned and released from prison. George Floyd died of a drug overdose. Now we all know Marge is partial to posting wild conspiracy theories on her Twitter, but this one is so mask-off ridiculous that even Elon's AI, which he's been trying to groom into being a white nationalist, by the way, and it isn't working, hilariously, even the AI is saying that this isn't true. The official autopsy states George Floyd died from police restraint, not a drug overdose, despite some claims citing fentanyl in his system. Experts and trial evidence confirm homicide by neck compression. The drug overdose narrative lacks credible support and seems driven by fringe views. The AI speaking for itself, I remain skeptical of all sources and stick to the verified evidence, but the autopsy and convictions strongly point to police action as the cause. The quotes from this tweet are absolutely ripping Marge apart. Here's Nina Turner, absolutely depraved and abhorrent. Lost in Austin 27 said this is a screenshot of the Hennepin County autopsy results of George Floyd. George Floyd died due to Chauvin placing him in a highly improper restraint that killed him. It was murder, not a drug overdose. And they post a screenshot of the autopsy document that says manner of death, homicide. Clearly, Marge has completely lost her grasp on reality. Maybe she did one too many rounds of CrossFit or one too many drops of methylene blue. If you want to join our little resistance here at Really American, all you have to do is like and subscribe. It's free and it helps more than you think. So after getting raked over the coals all morning, she decided to go into a congressional hearing and submit outright lies into the record, which got soundly rejected by the Democrats and started a massive argument. I'll just play you guys this full clip because it gets super heated. Watch this.
I ask unanimous consent to enter for the record. One of our colleagues had asked if there was evidence if the so-called Maryland man, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, was MS-13. According to the Attorney General of the United States, she posted that the evidence shows Kilmar Abrego Garcia has repeatedly been identified as a member of MS-13 by a Maryland County Police Gang unit, which I introduced for the record, a reliable confidential informant, ICE officers, an immigration judge agreed, and an appellate board agreed.
Without
So you have, is that a court order?
objection.
Well, I object.
No, she can put anything she wants in the record. She's not complying to your request, Mr. Goldman.
She asked for unanimous consent.
Okay, so you're objecting to her putting that into the record?
I am objecting subject to a clarification. Is that a court order that establishes that he's a member of MS-13?
An immigration judge agreed that he was MS-13.
For bail purposes.
An appellate board agreed.
Don't misrepresent.
Hold on.
A judge.
Everybody pause. We're going to let one person talk at a time. You ask a question. Answer the question, please.
According to the Attorney General of the United States, she informed the country that an immigration judge agreed that your Maryland man, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, is MS-13. An appellate board agreed. ICE officers
you are misstating
agreed.
what the
reliable
Mr. Goldman,
informant.
the clock is not yours right now. She has the floor. Please continue answering the question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A Maryland County
She's not answering the question, sir.
No, she's going to answer the question, and then you can object to her answer.
Can you make sure that she answers the question?
Finish answer. You just said, please finish your answer.
A Maryland County Police Gang unit agreed that he's MS-13. A reliable confidential informant agreed that he's MS-13. ICE officers agreed that he's MS-13. An immigration judge agreed that he's MS-13. An appellate board agreed that Kilmar Abrego Garcia, your Maryland man, is MS-13.
Okay.
I object.
Have the floor. What do you want to say?
I object because she is misstating the record and the facts. That is not accurate, and therefore I object to that being introduced. There's no.
Mr.
Sir, can
Chairman?
I explain? You let her go on.
Go ahead.
There is no final court order establishing that he's a member. Maybe he is. So you should put all that evidence before a judge, and if he is MS-13, he should be deported. That's what we're talking about, but you're misstating what all of that evidence is.
No, I think I'm going to make a point here. You basically just read what the Attorney General said, correct?
Yes, sir.
You didn't assert that this was a court order, did you? Did you assert that this was a court order?
I read the Attorney General of the United States.
And you have a right on our committee to submit for unanimous consent or a vote if we want to put it to a vote. This for the record, correct? Is that it?
Yes.
That is correct. Okay,
Mr. Chairman,
she has a right.
Can I review what she is submitting?
No, she can submit something to this committee.
But it matters that she just said she represented exactly what the Attorney General said. She has a document there. I would like to see that document.
Let's make a copy for everybody, and we'll vote on. I'm going to hold on just a second. We're going to hold. You're calling for the question? We're calling for the question. The clerk, we're going to need to set. Hold on just a second. Brief recess. All right, there's
Mr. Higgins, I'm just asking to see the document.
I have the floor. All right, so we have a motion to vote on the submission of this for the record. That's all that has been stated. And
I have a parliamentary inquiry, sir.
Do not interrupt me again. We are on the vote on whether or not this can be entered into the record. A motion has been made, and we will vote on that motion. All of those in favor.
I have a parliamentary inquiry before we vote, sir.
Mr. Ranking Member.
It's our request that we object. And in the middle of the objection, you consider a motion, which...
He was done talking about Mr.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. You stopped him from talking.
I just have a parliamentary inquiry.
A parliamentary inquiry. Okay, go ahead. You have the floor.
Is it the procedure of this committee that someone who is making an objection to the admission of evidence cannot review that evidence before we vote on it?
Yeah, the content is irrelevant to the motion, and the motion has been made to vote on the submission for the record.
The content is irrelevant? I mean, that's what I'm objecting to. If she is accurate in what her representation is, I will withdraw my objection. I just need to see the document.
Somebody walk the thing over there and let him read it. I mean, get to the bottom of this quickly. We'll hold on your vote, Mr. Ogles.
Mr. Chairman, given that this is a tweet from the Attorney General that is effectively, I believe, consistent with what Ms. Taylor Greene says, I withdraw my objection.
Gentleman withdraws his objection.
So Marjorie Taylor Greene just submitted flat-out lies into the record, lies spewed by Kristi Noem about Kilmar Obrego Garcia. Generally, submitting lies to Congress is called perjury, something that's frowned upon by the law, but I guess we're just disregarding that under the Trump regime now, aren't we? This smear campaign against Obrego Garcia is just a sneak peek into how they plan to smear us all in this new era of McCarthyism. I'm Tony Hinderman with Really American, and I'll catch you next time.